Hi guys, just a quick video today. I've been asked by a lady to show how I set up my Rcom Pro 20. So hubby's just got this out of storage for me. We store them in the loft out the way so they're safe. First thing I do, I have in here Chicktec sanitizer mixed with hot water. Basically with this, I mean anywhere in the world you'll get specific incubator cleaners. You can get them online. I think I picked that up off eBay, didn't I, darling? Basically you just give it a wipe over and let it dry. Once it's dry, then you carry on, job done. So, and what I do as well, just a tip for people, is when we store them, we actually keep all the boxes that they come in and we store everything inside the incubator. Okay, so because that way once we get it all out the loft, everything's there, one go, haven't got to mess around with anything, searching for stuff, etc. And it's a bit of an OCD of mine, to be honest, as well. So I did clean all of this before it went away. Now obviously when you get this, you've got your quail trays. I think that's a goose egg one and the chicken one. Let me put those aside, they can go back in the box because I've never used them. Right, power cable. And something that I didn't do until after I accidentally unplugged my incubator last year while it was working, so I had to reset it. I've actually written on the, I don't know if you can see that on there. There we go, I think you can just about see that now. So what I do now is I put stickers on the brooder plates that I use and on the incubator plugs, because last year I think I had something like 4 days left to go. Yeah, I unplugged it. Luckily I noticed very quickly, so there weren't any issues. Let me just take the manual out of there. So this was all washed with hot soap and water after it was used last year. So, and I did use, we did use the Chicktec sanitizer on it afterwards, just to make sure it was all nice and clean before it went in the loft, once I'd stopped hatching last year. So I think my last hatch, I started with 18 eggs and I ended up with 9. Some of the eggs I had were absolutely disgustingly filthy. So, and I think that's why they're the ones that didn't hatch. So, gotta make sure everything's nice and clean. Like I said, I'm not that fussed because I'll wipe it off. And the little tiny little places that you can't really get to with a cloth, because the sanitizer's in there anyway, and you've just got to leave it to dry once you've wiped the, you know, the worst of it off. So now the Rcom, what I really like about this is it is so easy to keep clean. I will need hubby's help now because I need to take this off now. Can you see that at the front there? Can you just lift that up to show the camera, please, darling? I can see it. That. There's one at the front, and then let me reach over here somewhere. There's two smaller ones at the back. Thank you, darling. That's it. And now this top half literally comes straight off. And if you turn it upside down to the camera, Rich, you must be careful when you put this down because that is your heating element there. So when you put it down, once you're cleaning everything, just be careful of that. You don't want to break that. And I know that would be my look. Now, that's actually got sanitizer all over it. This is the tray that everything sits on, and this is what moves from side to side. Me being a dingbat last year, when I first put it together, I tried to put it together the wrong way and couldn't figure out why it was turning. Wasn't it you that realised what I'd done?
Probably.
See, we all have our moments. Well, it's best to giggle over everything, isn't it, at the end of the day? So there you go, giving it a quick wipe, just get all the excess off. And then basically the same with the rest of the incubator. So what I'm going to do, finish getting this all cleaned up, and I'll get back to you in just a few minutes and I'll show you how we actually put it back together, and then I'll show you how to actually set it up properly. So back in a sec. Right, hubby's just finished off wiping this down for me because my hands aren't brilliant, I'm afraid. So now when you're doing it, when you get one, always make sure you always refer back to your instructions. I do all the time, and because it's been, well, put it away, last chicks hatched last August, didn't they?
Yeah, somewhere.
So I just want to double check that I'm putting things in the correct place. So as you can see, that it's got the cog, the place for the cog at the back on there. Could you just lift over the main body of it, please, darling? Just be careful when you put that in. There we go. There we go, it's gone on right now. There we go, thank you.
You have got kind of an indication where your cog is there.
Yeah, I never actually noticed that before. I'm glad you pointed that out. Right, so Richard's cleaned all this out for me. Let's get my egg tray. Let's pop that in there. Right, so get this plugged in. Just literally, let me find it on the back.
Type of,
it is a figure eight lead, yeah. Oh god, that makes awful noise when you do that. Right, let's put this in. There we go, it's automatically come on now. Right, first thing I'm going to do is pop some water. Now, I don't know, the camera can pick it up.
Yeah.
There is a little float in there. I think it's like a polystyrene ball or plastic ball.
That's spring water as well, isn't it?
Yes, it's spring water. I've not been able to get any distilled water, otherwise I would have used that instead. So make sure that is clipped down properly as well. So, right. Some incubators, this incubator has got a memory, so my last one has said I had unplugged it, so I'd had to reset it to, I think it was like 4 days left, but obviously I've done a factory reset since. So, but for those of you that haven't done a factory reset, if you press the set up and back, and then you press up, you can have there's alarms and that on here as well. So if you go to all reset, there, press enter, warning returning to factory settings, enter, parameter saved, there you go, and it's just woken up. So that is your temperature there, that one's showing your humidity, and that one's showing your fan working. This is your egg, and you'll see in a minute when I change, when I reset it all up, you'll actually see the turner, and it'll actually tell you how often it's going to turn and at what degree it will turn at. So as you can see at the moment the temperature is 24.9. Well, I deal with centigrade, and I know a lot of, I'm not sure, I think it's sort of around 19. You'll have to double check in the States and other places. I'm not very good when it comes to Fahrenheit and what have you. So, right, so that, as you can see, if you go through it, you've got your quail and ducks, and it's got a full preset for that. So what you'd do if you had peacocks, you'd just go down to your peacocks and you'd press enter and it would start going on for that. And it's all preset into this at the moment. I do like the pterodactyl though for the other birds. Well, I quite like that. So we're going with chickens. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go in there, press your menu, enter on your chicken. And as you can see there, I don't know if that's showing, is that showing up on screen okay? Yeah. 37.5 degrees Celsius. That's 21 days, and that would be day 18. It says 3 underneath for lockdown. So we want 27.5 degrees, so we'll enter that one. But I keep it at 37. Me personally, this is my personal choice. So I keep it standard temperature throughout the whole incubation process. You press enter again and it will come up on the number 3 at the bottom, which would be classed as day 18, lockdown day.
3 days left.
That would say 3 days left, yeah. So that's the day that it would stop turning the eggs. So because I do it on day 19, we need to change that to a number 2. Press enter. Yeah. This is now your humidity. So 45% humidity. Yeah. And then it will go up to 65% humidity at hatch rate at lockdown. And yet again, I've changed the number 3 at the bottom, the lockdown day, for 2. So that would be day 19. So 2 days left. Okay. Then you press enter again. This, as it comes up step 3, this is your turning angle. I always turn at 180 degrees on that one, so it just makes sure it always, the egg's turning fully all the time. So enter, then we go to 2, because obviously we don't want them turning after lockdown day, so I've changed mine. Enter. So right, how often do you want it to turn? I leave mine on at 60 minutes. So, and there you go. That's it. So what I'm going to do, just to make sure it's all turning correctly and it's working correctly, I've got 2 eggs that were produced by our lovely chickens this morning. So what I always do, all my eggs get a So I always like to make sure it's working properly. Yeah. So quick click, yeah. So, and if the camera's picking it up very well, it's the lights might be better on the lighter egg. There you go. See, I mark mine this way, so when I put them in number facing upwards.
And the pencil doesn't harm it?
No, the pencil doesn't harm anything. Don't use pen or markers, felt tips, anything like that. Only use a pencil, because what can happen with the with some of the inks and the markers and what have you, it actually sinks into the pores of the egg. And from what I've read up on, it's not brilliant for the chick, to be honest. So, and that is it. It has an alarm on here, which I probably can't see that now. So we're at 58% humidity, so it's dropping at the moment. So the water goes in here. There is a pipe that leads underneath here, and this is where the heating element is, in this bit here with the water. So, and then obviously it gets blown through all of this, and it's not loud. If this is in our bedroom actually, and it's never bothered us, has it, the noise? It's, you know, but it's great when you hear you can hear the eggs, the chicks peeping in the egg, can't you? But yeah, just make sure you keep your water filled up. And that's pretty much it with this incubator. As I said, I'm running it for a week. I haven't used it since last August. It's now middle of February, I think. Yeah, middle of February. So I just want to double check it's all working perfectly well, and once I know it is, then we'll be getting some eggs in and I will be doing another video, because hopefully, fingers crossed this time, they're actually going to be from our chickens, aren't they? So yeah, anyway, I hope that has helped. If there is something that I've not covered and that you need to know, please leave me a comment down in the bottom, and if I can help you, I will. But as I said, this is my way of hatching. I was taught by a friend. Obviously, we all do our own things, so, but I'm just showing you how the Rcom gets set up. So have fun hatching, guys, and take care. Oh, yeah, and it would also be absolutely awesome if you see this and you subscribe, please. And share and like. That would be fantastic. Thank you.